Welcome back to the channel, and on this video I want to talk about a feeling that I'm trying to, let's say, learn to live with and overcome, but it doesn't come without its challenges. For those that are new here, my name is James. I am a married dad with 3 young children, and in June 2021 I was diagnosed with motor neuron disease. And for those that know me, you will probably know that I am naturally an impatient person. If I want to do something, I want to do it there and then. If I have got something that has been on my mind, I want to try and get it done and achieve whatever I want to achieve. And over the last 5 years nearly, since my diagnosis of MND, I am slowly having to become less impatient because I have to now wait for things. And I want to share a couple of examples of that with you, and then share how I'm trying to overcome the feeling of, or shall I say, having to feel more patient and accept that is now something that I'm learning to live with. So my first example, to give you a sort of a better picture of what I'm trying to say, is let's take my family's morning routine. For example, we have 3 young children. At the moment, me and my wife and kids all get up pretty much at the same time. Sometimes I'm a little bit later, but I'll let you know why that is shortly. And my wife does everything. She gets the kids ready. She makes them their lunches for the day. She makes them breakfast. She helps them get dressed. And up until recently, she would then help me get dressed so I could then join my wife on the school run and say goodbye to my kids for school. And what I mean by recently is I've recently stopped doing that because when we've just come out of what felt like such a cold, long winter here in the UK. And I found that it was more exhausting and fatiguing for me to try and rush and get up and get showered and dressed, ready for the school run, because I was needing more sleep and I was laying in slightly longer than my wife was then getting up to get ready. And it wasn't giving enough time. So I decided I will now stay at home while my wife does the school run, which was hard to accept anyway, but I still go on the school run in the afternoon. And one of the examples of this new, world of being patient when I'm naturally impatient is learning to now have to wait. And that is a tough pill to swallow. Once my wife has taken the kids to school, I am still sort of just about able to independently have a shower myself. But then I have to sit upstairs and wait until my wife is home. And 9 times out of 10, it's either just with a towel or I'm normally just naked on the bed, waiting for her to help me get dressed because I can no longer do that myself. And the feeling of having to be patient and wait to do such a simple task that most of us do every single day without even thinking about and take for granted is really frustrating. And as my condition of motor neuron disease progresses, I'm now having to adapt and learn to live with the things that I can no longer do. But when I'm naturally impatient, it's so frustrating. And it's that waiting and being patient that is something I'm learning to live with as time goes on. Another example before I share how I'm trying to overcome this is while my wife's doing the school run, I would love to be able to then prep breakfast. Me and my wife are on a bit of a health sort of kick and health journey. We eat eggs most mornings. You know, I'd love to be able to then prep breakfast, get the eggs ready, peel eggs if they're boiled. We sometimes have avocado and some nice healthy chicken sausages. And I'd love to be able to get the breakfast prepped and done for her, so she's got one less job to do before then she has to go to work. One last example is we've got a summer house in the garden where my wife does her work. She runs her own sweet business called Sweet Solutions UK, for those that are interested. She does loads of sweet gifts that are pick and mix based. If you like fizzy cola bottles and things like that. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested, sweetsolutionsuK.com, for anyone that's got a nice sweet tooth or wants to purchase a gift for someone. And we wanted to decorate that summer house and put some ornaments on the front of it. And the annoying thing for me is when we've bought these things, let me show you what they are. I'll see if I can hold the camera. I don't normally pick up the camera. Ugh. So this is a one-off. Right. Ugh. Right, if you see that blue building at the back of the garden, we've got a mirror and some sort of bumblebees that we've had drilled and screwed onto the wall for a nice bit of decoration. And it's something we wanted to do. And the frustrating part of not being able to do it is, back before motor neuron disease was a thing, I would have been the person that would go and get the drill the hole, put the raw plug in, put the screw in, hang them up, and do it my way and get it done probably the same day that we purchased the things from the shops. And I'm now having to learn to wait and be patient where I'm naturally impatient for someone else to help and get it done. And I am so grateful of the people that have offered and naturally just help us, even without asking, because it is a massive help, and I am so grateful of it. But in turn, it's a hard thing to accept, is accepting help from others. And I hate to say it, it is the only thing that has helped me overcome this impatientness that I naturally have, to learn to be patient. And yes, I'm no longer going to be able to do things like make my wife breakfast or get myself dressed or put decorations up, on a summer house or whatever, anything physically demanding that I have to use my arms or hands with. I'm learning over the almost 5 years since my diagnosis, the acceptance of help from others because I can no longer do it. And that's probably my only bit of advice if you're experiencing this yourself, because it's probably going to be something that's going to be a slow journey of acceptance, because I can do things like make this video right now, and dare I say, in a few months' time, or maybe hopefully a few years' time, I'm probably no longer going to be able to do, a video like this independently, where I'm setting up a camera, transferring it over to the computer to then edit and post, or very little editing. And it's then accepting help from others that is going to allow me to carry on doing those things, that is going to be the key to being more patient and allowing myself to wait for help. And yeah, it's been a tough journey, if I'm honest, and it's always going to be something I'm going to naturally try and overcome. But the key is accepting help from others, which I am so grateful for. I've got an amazing support network of friends and family. My family live close. I've got a really great group of friends that I've known for years, and friends that have become friends since my diagnosis, that I know that I can always ask if needed, to fill the void of my impatientness. So the only thing I have to do is be patient and waiting for that help. But that's another thing. I hope that video made sense, and I just wanted to share it because it's been playing on my mind. And I think even doing something like making a video and sharing my thoughts and feelings on what I'm experiencing as my journey with motor neuron disease unfortunately progresses, helps me in some sort of way. I think I've said it before on a video. You guys watching are, it's like free therapy for me. I know I'm just talking to a camera, but knowing that someone's watching and maybe listening that can relate to it and maybe get some help from it as well makes me feel good and helps me in a weird way as well. So yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for watching if you've got this far. A massive thank you and shout out to my channel members. And if you could like, comment, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I've got some big plans going forward with this channel and my social media in general. So watch out for that. There may be a slight change, but I'll share more information as that becomes something that I'm hopefully going to be able to do. Anyway, I've said too much already. Thanks ever so much for watching. Have a great day or week, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.